So I'm Victor Ogalo, and I'm the principal of this school, St. Francis of Assisi Secondary School in Korokocho. And this St. Francis of Assisi Secondary School came to be way back in the year 2002 or 2002. And what provoked the thinking of having this secondary school was, as a result, we were having first St. Clair, which is a primary school. So the St. Clair Primary School, the learners who are living there from class 8 were actually not finding somewhere to go to, like in the secondary now, because they first did their exam the year 2011, sorry. I said 202, it is 2012, I don't know, 202. So the primary started by doing their exam on 2011. Then 2011, some of the learners were now out. They could not actually find somewhere to go to. So that is when the secondary was now started. So since then, the secondary did their exam first in the 2015. That was the first exam. And since 2015 to date, we've been doing exam, and the performance has always been good comparing to other schools which are around. Because you realize that we have like around 78 schools, secondary schools in Kasarani sub-county, but always St. Francis is number 4 out of those 78. So that one means that we are doing well. The learners whom we are having, if you look at their background, because they come from the surrounding, and the life within this surrounding, the Korokocho, is actually not that very up to date. You would always realize that the learners, as they come to school, they sometimes come without actually taking anything. So their breakfast is here and their lunch is here. And you'll always find that some of them who are badly off will always actually pack for them the supper, which they now use at home. So that is what we normally do to them. And to know that these learners are actually coming from a very poor background is that when the schools are closed, then you look at how they come back. They have reduced. They are not as healthy as they were when they were in school. So you find them reduced. So that one actually informed us that at home, it is not actually even what we were thinking of, because we normally take them as if they are poor, but not to the extent of missing even what to eat. In fact, to change even in their sizes. But once we realized that, so we also organized, because we normally write reports every now and again. So the report we wrote was that these learners are also supposed to be supported when they are back at home. So with that, there was some sourcing of funds, and eventually learners could now be given some food during the time when the schools are closed. So we've realized that that one is helping them a lot. Also bringing them because of the discipline. From time to time, they have always told us that our school is composed of learners who are disciplined. So I think that is one of the things, again, which is making them to come. If you look around, you'll also realize that we have a number of people who are living with a disability. Apart from learners who are living with disabilities, we also have parents who are living with disabilities. So from time to time, parents normally find it very difficult to reach the office. So they would come, stay by the gate, call the teacher they are in need of, and we find that that one was very much hectic for them. So we decided that we write a proposal, of which we were supported, and a ramp was erected. So that ramp is nowadays actually helping them. It's only that we have not started admitting learners with the disability, living with the disabilities, but the parents who are not able to walk over the stairs are now finding it easy. Then if I go back to the population, we are also working on the population. And currently, we decided to develop college chairs instead of lockers and chairs. With the lockers and chairs, we are only able to admit like 42 students according to the ministry's regulations. But upon requisition, we requested, and then they agreed that we are supposed now to enroll 47. So out of this 47, we find it again difficult until we increased it up to 50. But with the college chairs now, we can now enroll up to 60. So I think that one also, we can say thanks to those who helped us with the college chairs. So based on the population per class, of which we are realizing that it is over 50 per class right now, with only the current Form 1 being slightly over 60. Right now they are around 61. So we are realizing that the total population currently, we're having a population of 210, with the girls still behind. Their total number is 92, and the rest are now boys. So we know that a good number of people are supporting us, supporting these learners, and you can see a change in their lives, because if you go back to from 2015 to date, we have a good number of learners who have actually gone to university, and even some have come back to give back to the society by supporting some of their learners. That one tells us that there is still need for a good support of the learners who are here. So they still need more support. So in as much as the donors have actually done good and helped us, we still encourage them to continue helping us, because the society still consists of a very huge number of learners who need such service. For example, if I take, for example, the secondary schools which are within Korokocho, there is no public secondary school in Korokocho, and there are only 2 private secondary schools in Korokocho, of which the serious one is now St. Francis of Assisi. So most learners are now flocking in the school. So we need actually to be assisted more, in as much as we don't have the space, but we need to be assisted more. Maybe if there are some slight changes within the structure so that they can accommodate more learners, that one will appreciate. Because soon we are now going to have our junior secondary school. And the junior secondary school, looking at the primary we are having, it is very much necessary that the junior secondary schools accommodate all the learners who are in primary. And why do I say so? It is very much necessary because the learners who are in primary, one, some of them are still very young, and their parents cannot take them to schools which are far. Then 2, again, they cannot be taken to boarding schools, going with the poverty nature of the parents. So it is therefore necessary that we have 100% transition from primary to junior secondary school. Going with that, it actually requires a lot to be done in terms of equipment, in terms of human resource. So that one is still very much necessary. Otherwise, the help which we've been given, we appreciate, because it has actually brought a lot of changes within the society. Thank you.